Alright, so today I'm going to be attempting to replace this bezel on this MacBook Pro screen. The customer was actually asking me to replace the whole screen. I told them I could probably replace the bezel. We'll see. This is a pretty risky job. I've done it before with a lot of heat, but sometimes you'll be lucky and you'll be able to get it out, and sometimes you won't. So keep that in mind if you're going to attempt this. Be very careful. Okay, so this thing is just cosmetic. You don't really need to worry about it. You can actually just put a sticker over it if it bugs you. I wouldn't take, like they sell these, I wouldn't just stick this on top, because if you just stick that on top, it makes it thicker here and it can actually damage the hinge. So you do actually have to remove the old one before you do this. What I'm going to try this time, because before I just used heat on it, this time, oh, it's going to turn itself off. This time what I'm going to do is I'm going to try using some isopropyl rubbing alcohol here, and we're going to try and get it out that way. But again, this thing, like, to get this out, it's very thin. There's not really much room. So I'm going to have to shut this off first. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this here, this metal tool here, and we'll get some liquid there. If you have a good plastic one, you can probably use that as well. But as you can see, when I put that there, well, hopefully you can see, the isopropyl alcohol just went into the gap there. It might go up into the screen. We'll see if it does or not, but we just want it to go into the bezel to help us release that. Isopropyl alcohol shouldn't be an issue if it goes into the screen, but if we can somehow save this screen doing this, then that will be really nice. Okay, so we're gonna carefully try and pry this up. All right, and the sucky thing is both parts of this are glass, so it's very fragile. I feel like if you can get a string in there or something, like some floss, then that might work really well, but the problem is getting started underneath. Okay, so we're gonna try and slowly get this tool in here. Okay, this little dripper tool kind of helps a lot, because then we can kind of target where we want the liquid to go. Okay, and then we can kind of start getting under there and working our way in. Okay, so you can see now this tool is going in. All right, I might have to get some floss to make this work better, but this thing is kind of like, you have to go slow and be very patient. Okay, if you rush it, you're gonna end up breaking something. So I'm gonna try and get some floss here, because that's, I feel, safer. And if we can save this screen, that's like a $200 or so part that we'll be saving. So you can see it's slowly going, and yeah, actually I might be able to get away with just doing it like this, but we have to go super slow. Okay. All right, so we'll just keep going. Oh, you can see it's actually peeling up now. And now that we kind of got a gap, I can kind of just pull on it here and just continue adding some isopropyl alcohol into the little gap there. And it kind of like sucks it in as we pull on it. Okay, you can see it's coming out. And you want to be careful. I don't know why Apple decided to use glass here. The aftermarket ones, they use plastic, so it doesn't just crack if pressure is applied to it. So it's actually better. Oops, I turned it back on. But we're just gonna continue working our way over, along. I guess maybe I should leave it on so I can see if anything happens to the screen itself. I'm using a 91% isopropyl alcohol, so it should be good here. Okay, and we're just gonna continue working our way along. Alright, and you can see it's actually coming out. And the screen looks good. Again, you want to go slowly here. Don't try and rush this, because if you try and rush it, there's a good chance you're going to end up breaking the screen or pulling out the stuff underneath. Okay. If you want, you can also put like some tool there to keep it from sticking back to itself. But again, make sure it doesn't apply too much pressure to the screen because you can crack it very easily. It's very thin glass. Okay, we got about a quarter of it or so out. We just keep continuing slowly pulling on this. Okay. Slowly pulling. Okay, and just keep going. It's kind of getting stuck there, but yeah, I might have to use this or a string or something because it's getting stuck. But I guess just be patient. I'll try and go the patient route. That probably will work better than just trying to rush it. Okay, get some more isopropyl alcohol in here. All right, and I'm gonna put this here to keep that pulled. All right, we can actually even possibly lay it sideways. No, we can't. Let's see if we can see the adhesive in here. No. It's pulling on a cable down there, so we want to make sure to be very careful. I don't know if, let me shut this back down. I don't know if it's even visible in the camera, but it's pulling like that foily thing there. We don't want that to separate from the screen. So I'm going to have to use something to help separate that to make sure it stays on the screen side. Okay, just like this. And that's why it's having trouble coming out, because it's pulling that piece out, which it shouldn't be. Is that just adhesive? Yeah, that's gonna be tough. It's pulling this adhesive away with it, so I need something to grab that as I kind of pull it. It won't. Okay, well, that adhesive just came out. Here you can see this foily, foily fabricy adhesive. It's like copper. Right, we're gonna continue carefully pulling on this. I see a wire under there getting pulled on, so we do have to be careful. Again, Apple, like, they designed this to be destroyed, I guess. Let's see, it's slowly coming out. We're gonna add some more isopropyl alcohol. Getting about almost halfway there. Oops. I'll shut this back down. Okay. Oh, I broke it. The glass of the bezel. You can see what it looks like. Maybe that will help. I can actually peel the adhesive layer separately. So this is like an adhesive layer. Oh, turn that off. Okay, and we're going to continue working and peeling this. Okay, you can see what that looks like on the back. They have the adhesive, they have some foil there. Okay, that foil just covers this area here. I'm going to try and peel that back to keep it up. There we go. Okay, it's slowly peeling. Just side's also cracked here. Let's see if I can separate this broken glass off. Okay, it's coming out. Okay, you can see it's peeling up. Okay, and here's some of this foily stuff here. Okay, we're more than halfway, but these shards make it more tricky. So where it's broken like that, I'm going to use the thin metal tool again to just guide the isopropyl alcohol into the groove, just like this. Okay. Basically get the isopropyl alcohol to go into the groove there. Let's try and get it to go all the way along the entire edge here. Okay. Alright, we're going to toss the broken stuff. Yeah, this side is kind of being a pain. So we're going to have to very slowly try and get in there again. Let me turn this off again. It's very difficult to like get between these layers. And again, we have to be very careful because the glass is fragile. If it breaks, we're going to have to replace the screen, which the customer was okay with, so that's why I'm kind of doing this. I actually ordered both the screen and the bezel in case we had to replace the screen completely. Kind of want to separate it at this copper foily layer, but it's not wanting to stay down. Yeah, it's just like cracking there. Okay, let's see here. This part is just cracked. Careful also because this is glass, you don't want to cut yourself. Okay. Get that piece out. Let's see if I can get the isopropyl alcohol to go in between the adhesive layer because it's going towards the layer that's behind the screen, not in front. Turn it back on. Come on, we're almost there and it's stuck. Let's see if we can go on the back here, on the bottom. No. This side doesn't want to come up at all for some reason. Okay, I guess let's start over on this side. Come on. Again, you want to go slow. Don't try and rush this. Okay, the tool is going in. slowly separating. Okay, again, I'm going very slow. I'm not applying much force here. Making sure that it will slowly release on its own. Okay, and just slowly, lightly pressing on the spatula to get it to slide through, cut through the adhesive. Alright, looks like it's going. Alright, I'm letting it separate the adhesive on its own. I'm not really forcing it, I'm just like lightly pushing on the back of the spatula. Okay, see, it just went like that on its own. I'm just like lightly guiding it. Keep going. This side's probably going to be the tough part. Alright, slowly pushing it through. Now it's kind of not really moving much on its own. Just be patient. It should be slowly loosening up. Just add a little isopropyl alcohol at a time. If you're working on this, you can quote them for replacing the screen and the bezel, or quote them as if you're replacing the screen just in case, because there's a good chance you might break it. So, there you go. The screen just went dark. It's still working though. It just went to sleep mode. Okay, but there you go. Keep adding isopropyl alcohol. You can see it's stuck now here. It's probably gonna jump again like the other one. Oh, there we go. It's moving again. That's probably plenty isopropyl alcohol. I just need to wait and let it do its work. It'll slowly dissolve. I'm like wobbling it a little to kind of massage the isopropyl alcohol into there. We're almost there, just that little bit left. Come on. Again, you don't want to push too hard. Let's flip it over and go this way. Okay, I don't know what it's caught on. It feels like it's caught on something. There we go. So kind of like twisting it a little is helping. Oh, and there we go. Okay, so we got the rest of it out. Now we just want to dry up the isopropyl alcohol. Okay, we don't need all that alcohol in there. Clean it off the screen. Okay, this foily stuff, you can kind of like just make sure it's all flat. Okay, so oops, there we go. So we got that. Let me zoom back out. I'm going to use a little air blower to just dry it up. I have this handheld one. Okay, and we're just going to blow the isopropyl alcohol out so it's not like flooding in there. And if there's any crumbs or loose bits, we'll hopefully get those out as well. You can use a toothbrush. Be careful because these cables are pretty delicate. Okay. Make sure to dry it. And then we're going to make sure it powers on before we put the new bezel in. isopropyl alcohol that's in there. Flush it out. I have a more powerful electric blower that I can use that will speed this up. So let me actually do that and I'll be back. If you don't have anything to dry it out, you can just leave it for a day before you put the new bezel on. All right, give me a second, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. So, dried it out. I do need to clean this a little bit, so I got some isopropyl alcohol on a paper towel, and we're just gonna kind of clean this area up. Make sure the glass is okay, nothing is scratched. Okay, and I also booted into the internet recovery just so I don't have to keep shutting it down. All right, let's try this up. I need to use a clean paper towel now because that one had the adhesive residue. Left smudges everywhere. If you're wondering what the best way to clean the screen is, first use isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol, just a little bit on a paper towel, and then to get the rest of the smudging out you can use a little bit of water, and same thing, a paper towel. But, I'm just gonna kind of clean it a little bit. It does still have smudges on it, but that's okay. That can be cleaned off later. Okay, but you can see the screen is working well. So now we just got to get the bezel, make sure it fits right, and then put that in place. So we'll peel this up. Okay, and we'll start with one edge corner. We do have to get the bottom in there. Okay, let's go on this side first. There we go. And then we'll just put that over there, push that down into place. Continue working our way across. Get this one in as well. Good. And pinch that all in. Okay, and there we go. Now we have it all nice. We just got to clean up a little bit and we should be good to go. All right. Okay. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, please make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, again, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. And that's pretty much all there is to it. All right, see you all in the next one. Bye.